And I don't think I connected to the right Bluetooth. So we have somebody here that is good. Whoever that is, just leave a comment down below and we will see how that goes. Let's split this screen so I can do a split screen for the video and maybe move that a little bit closer. Oh, just hit my water there. Got 3 people in here. Good deal. We are just a few minutes ahead of when the game's supposed to start, but they never start on time, so I'm not too surprised. And then make sure you ask as many questions as you want. We've got plenty of time here, especially before the game starts. We don't have anything to worry about there. Jeremy, good to see you again. We're going to put in a headphone for one of my ears. Maybe I could do a play-by-play based off what they're saying, even if I can't really see what's going on there. Let me know if you guys want to win tonight. I was gonna do the Vegas Colorado game, but on my Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube channel, that they voted for this game, so that's why we ended up doing this, which is fine because I wanted to cover this one too. Hopefully, we're a little bit less awkward than we were yesterday. It was my first time. I was a little nervous. I had heard horror stories about channels my size not getting anybody to show up, but we had a great turnout. Some funny people too. It was really good. Let's see, what time is it? It is 7:27. I bet we don't start until 7:40 would be my guess. I'm going to see if I can make this just a little bit bigger with my split screen. I think I might be able to, yeah. If I pull this down a little bit, we might get a better view. It's tough though because my computer is not very big too. It's a university computer that I got my freshman year of college. It was like the last year they were doing this, but if you had a certain GPA in high school, you would be able to get a computer for free. So I was able to do that. So it saved me like $800. We got the water here today. Did you do anything exciting today? Okay, no, I didn't. I gonna be honest with you. Since I got my vaccine yesterday, I wasn't sure how I'd feel. Yesterday was not great. I didn't feel very good, but today I woke up and felt even worse. So I kind of just slept all day, which I know obviously is probably not the ideal thing to do. But I just felt so bad. I just kept going in and out of the shower, just running my head underneath like the water and stuff like that. Had a really bad headache. Was pretty nauseous as well, but is what it is. Did you have anything exciting happen today? And again, I'm not a betting person, but I would almost bet a nickel that they won't start until 7:40. The game that is. I'm not talking about the anthem. That doesn't count. Although I will say one good thing that I ended up doing was I ate broccoli the other or today. It's the first time I ate a vegetable in a minute. Pretty bad about that. Not exactly very good, but good for me. So that's good there. And let me see what I want to see if there's any more network. Nothing at all. Yeah. I mean, at least you had probably a more exciting day than me. I just was all over the place. My wife had to basically be a babysitter for me today, get like water and stuff like that. I did not feel good, threw up a few times, but kudos to her for taking care of me today. It was rough, especially early in the morning. I was not feeling good. I actually woke up and got water because I was feeling nauseous and then fell asleep on our couch in our living room. So she woke up like a few hours later and realized that I had fallen asleep there because I laid down for a second just because I didn't feel very good, but all good now. At least better. Ugh. I muted. Okay, that's great. Of course I was. Um, yeah, I just got that. Realized that when I looked down, but yeah, I always think maybe I should, if I end up doing more of these live streams, do it later for the games. But it's just one of those things that would be the time that they would actually start the games on time. And I've kind of noticed that's something that's happened even more and more in all sports. Oh, actually, might turn my audio down a little bit because it's pretty loud. Get it in an intermediate range. But yeah, I think we're going to be able to have me listen to the broadcast. I might put it in my right ear instead of my left one. And then make sure that I can pair my headphones here, of course. Now would be the time that it wouldn't work, but kind of excited to see how this game goes. If Montreal can get this win tonight, that could be killer for them. And my headphone didn't pair up, of course. 1 second. Seems like one side always has an issue over the other side. I don't know why that is. Just waiting for it to say pairing successful, but of course now it's not going to. Let's check the settings for that before the game. I figured we'd probably talk about the Shifley interview today, at least, during part of the. Oh my goodness, the audio is just kind of crazy right now. But yeah, I figured we could talk about the Shifley interview. I don't understand why one side's so much louder than the other. It just like blew out my ear. Let me know who you guys think will win today. I think Winnipeg should win it today, but I don't know. Montreal's looking kind of dangerous. Just got to keep playing with the audio because obviously it's going to be different during different points of the game. It's so weird to see Babcock in the booth. It's just, I kind of expect expect the Jets to win. Yeah. I mean, if they go down 0-2 in the series, that's going to be, you can't be doing that. And they should make it to the third round. They beat the Oilers in a pretty. Let me move that so I don't just keep accidentally opening that. But you upset the Oilers in a sweep. I picked Montreal in 4. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. But you upset the Oilers. I'm not going to say have an easy path with Montreal because Montreal is kind of a tricky team to pinpoint. They've got their flaws, but they've also got some good points as well. But there's no reason you shouldn't make it to the third round if you play clean. I say clean as is. The Shifley incident happened, but if you play efficient, good hockey. Paul Stastny will be out tonight as well. It's kind of weird seeing him leave Vegas. I know he was with Winnipeg before, but to see him leave, I don't know. It still seems weird. And I think maybe this might just be like, I don't know. It seems like every time everybody's about to give up on Carey Price, myself included, and think maybe he's reached the top of the hill. He just ends up putting together a great performance. Now it's in the playoffs, but I'm kind of curious to see if he can keep it up next year. I don't remember whether or not this was a good year for him. Come to think of it, I don't think it was. I don't think it was terrible, but Carey Price makes a lot of money. I will say that. I think one thing that's really, really important for Montreal, even if they win this round, is to not get complacent just because, they've got some promising pieces, but that doesn't mean that your team is bound for deep playoff runs with this group every year. They're still going to have to make some improvements because you get lucky in the playoffs. Sorry, I had to cough there. But yeah, just feel free to ask questions down below. We're just kind of killing time before the game starts. We're about 6 minutes away from when I said the game would start. I think it might even start later than that, which fine by me. But in a way, I was kind of glad because since I haven't been feeling so great today, I didn't want to have to cover the Vegas-Colorado game, it being so late. So when people voted for this game, I was totally okay with it just because I feel like I'll be pretty tired afterwards. And I think I'd be dead if I ended up doing the other game because it didn't start till like 10:30 for Eastern time zone. So we'll see how that goes. Let me check all the networks this is on for tonight's game. I don't know if it's different in Canada or not. Um, so it's on CBC and Sportsnet, and then TVAS, USA, got all kinds of stuff. I don't know what TVAS is. I'm also really curious to see if this series does get Shifley back into the, what would it be? He'd be able to come back for game 6. If it went to 6 games, how it would be, because they said they'd make, what was it? Edmondson said that he'd make his life miserable, so I'm curious to see how that goes. Got 5 people here, maybe more. I don't know. It's always behind, but good that we're getting a crowd. We got a pretty good crowd yesterday. Um, had some points where it was really just getting a lot of views, so happy about that. And let me know what you think. Do you think that since both teams' head coaches already won a playoff round, that both of their jobs are safe? I know that, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Ducharme for Montreal, a lot of people are saying that they think since he won in the first round, that he's going to be able to at least be the Canadiens coach for next year. I think he's safe, but this would definitely guarantee him getting to keep the job. And even though it's been, a minute that Corey Perry's been on the Canadiens, it still seems so weird to see him in that jersey. And if you are new, please make sure to subscribe. We got a lot of new subscribers yesterday. Thank you so much for that. We're going to have a video coming out tomorrow instead of a live stream. No one is ever 100% safe. I agree with that. You have a good chance of being safe as long as you're consistently successful, but it always interests me when a coach is consistently good, but they don't end up winning a championship or making a Stanley Cup Finals appearance, and then they end up getting fired because they don't make it even though they're consistently good. And that's always one thing that you have to keep an eye out for. Do they view this coach as being able to push them over the edge? There's no loyalty among most teams. Yeah, I definitely think even since I was a kid, when I was a kid, I think you were still at least maybe towards the back stages, but I still think you were in the phase where players wanted to stick around in one place for their career. That you wanted to start someplace and finish it. And now it just seems more about, can you hang out with your buddies? Can you go to a place that pays you a little bit more? Can you go to a place where the environment's a little bit better in terms of, maybe it's a bigger city, stuff like that. Maybe it's got better weather. And that's not something I'm a big fan of. But, I mean, I'm not an athlete, so I can't really say that I wouldn't do the same. But I don't think I would. I think I'd like to stay with a team for the course of my career. I think there's a good thing to say about whether or not you're loyal. And I don't really watch basketball a lot, but I saw that LeBron James left, I think, last night in Game 6 of the series they lost against the Suns with about 6 minutes left in the game. That's definitely not a good look. I don't know if he was injured or what, but I didn't even watch the game. Again, I really don't watch basketball, but I saw that and thought if he did just leave early, that's a really bad look. Here it is, 7:39, and they haven't even got to the anthem yet. Maybe I should do these live streams a little bit later. We will definitely do some more. I'm thinking we'll probably have another one. My guess would be Tuesday or Wednesday. My wife and I kind of have some plans for Saturday and Sunday for this weekend. So as much as I like doing these live streams, obviously I have a life outside of this. And we're going to do some fun stuff, go to the drive-in, stuff like that. And the drive-in where we live is super cheap. One that we used to go to, you had to pay a lot to do it, but they have a ton of free movies and stuff. Even when does school start again for you? I don't know officially. My guess is probably somewhere in the August, mid-August to like the mid-20 range. It seems about where they like to start it off at. Don't officially know. I'm really bad about keeping up on that. I need to probably do a better job of that, but usually I'll look with about 2 weeks, a week left before I would expect school to start. And I think probably in that early to mid 20 range is actually exactly where they probably started off. I can't be sure though. I haven't looked at the schedule yet. Kind of stinks though because they moved around our spring break. My birthday used to be on our spring break, but they moved it. So we have classes, and I know it sounds like a bad thing. You need to take your studies serious, but I've had a pretty successful academic career, I guess you could say, and they're getting ready to do the anthem, but I'd never go on my birthday since they switched it over. It's my birthday. I'm not going to go to class. And, if I get a job where I have to work on my birthday, that's fine. But especially when you have the option to not go to class on your birthday, I'm not going to do it. Excuse me. I had water go down the wrong pipe. I actually had a best friend who his parents would let him and his siblings skip on their birthday, and then all throughout elementary school and high school. So whenever it was their birthday, they would just skip it. Who do I think will win the series? Well, I picked Winnipeg, so we'll see if they can win it here. We'll see. Hopefully I don't die after I drink that water and it went down the wrong pipe. Looks like they're getting ready to actually do the face-off here. And I really don't like when teams have their years that they've been around on center ice for their logo. I'm not a big fan of that. They take the face-off. Montreal wins it. They've got it in their own end. Petrie's dumping the puck forward. Hellebuck plays it back in his own end. Winnipeg has got position in their own end. They're going in. They're in. Montreal's in. They get a shot off, but it looks like it's going to be a little too high. Fighting for the puck along the boards, and Montreal is in. Gets it behind the net. Edmondson gets the puck out center ice. $259 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Winnipeg's got a good chance here. Kyle Connor's got the puck. He's down. He dumps the puck behind the net. Blake Wheeler takes a shot. Can't get it to go. Dano's got the puck behind net for Montreal. And it looks like there's going to be a race over towards Winnipeg's end. And it's going to be icing on Montreal, so they're obviously going to have to go back, take the face off in their end. They're just showing a replay of the Shifley incident. And that was crazy. Just kind of everything that happened there and then afterwards, all that good stuff. And again, guys, make sure to feel like you can ask any and all questions even during the game. No problem there. Winnipeg's got the puck in Montreal's end. And Montreal just gets their sticks active down low. Winnipeg regains possession. Center ice trying to get back into Montreal's end. Dumps the puck up. Plays it. Montreal's got it back in their end. Playing it along the boards. Still can't get it out of their end. Winnipeg applying some pressure, but they get it up into Winnipeg's end with a stretch pass. Morrissey's got the puck. Oh, Montreal gets a shot off, but it's not anything special. We'll have to watch out for that. Foley tried to dump it over. Couldn't get it to go. Ehlers takes a slap shot at about center ice. I don't know if they wanted a line shift or what. Just taking a look at Carey Price's numbers, he's got a record of 5-3, a 2.33 goals against average, and then I didn't get to see his save percentage, but it looked like it was 930 plus. Hellebuck, of course, 4-1 record, 2.01 goals against average. That's insane. They take a face-off at center ice. Winnipeg playing it along the board. Somebody's down, not injured, but just trying to play the puck. There's a shuffle along the boards. Turnover there that could have been costly, but Winnipeg is not able to take advantage of that. And Montreal is in. Somebody's applying pressure over to Winnipeg as they try to dump it out, get it into center ice. Shea Weber's got the puck. Jesperi Kotkaniemi dumps it off into Winnipeg's end, trying to maintain possession. Carey Price just playing the puck, getting it out there. Looks like Montreal might have a chance here. It's a 3-on-3. Turns into a 3-on-2 because of a line change. Just fighting along the boards behind the net. Montreal might have a chance here. Got a weird angled shot going, but couldn't get it to go. Behind the net, but the way he got it, it almost hit the back skate of Hellebuyck, where you think they almost could have scored that had it gone back a little bit further. I apologize if I sweat a lot during this video, guys. The apartment, even with the AC going on, is unbearably hot today. Mason Appleton's got the puck, plays it along the boards. Can't get it to go. Turnover. Montreal looking to get a chance here. Gallagher passes it over. Gallagher tries to make a play, but can't get it to go. Lowry's got the puck. Takes a shot, but it just makes it too wide. It's been pretty good in terms of just back and forth. They can't seem to maintain possession. Got a good chance there for Winnipeg, but seems to be pretty free skating. I kind of agree with the broadcasters there. It seems like it's been back and forth. No team's been able to stay in one other team's net for very long. Winnipeg almost had a chance to get it back to the blue line, advancing, trying to go for a deflection there, couldn't get it to go. I don't even think he got it on a stick. Pionk's got the puck behind Connor Hellebuyck, looking to just get a pass going here to start something. And a shot from the blue line again. I don't know. Winnipeg's already got 2 shots from kind of far away now. I'm not sure if they feel like they can't get a good net front presence. It was a weird angle, too. It wasn't even in the high slot. Canadiens might have a good chance here, advancing, going in. Perry's got the puck. Looks like he will dump it back behind the net. Didn't expect that. I expected him to pass it in the low slot. Didn't get it to go. Armia's in the corner. Passes it up to the point. Perry's back behind the net. Fighting off 2 Winnipeg defenders. Back into the corner. And that'll be a Winnipeg icing, so obviously we'll have a face-off and Winnipeg's in. Just a little replay of Stahl's shift here. You know, Corey Perry's a guy that if he can get back behind that net and, you know, play it back from behind there, they might get a little lucky. I'm kind of just surprised at this point that Winnipeg's had some of the shots they've taken. It just seemed like 2 of those were really weird. One of those it was, you know, to get that line change, but Hellebuyck's got a really weird play on the puck. It looks like they tried to shoot it, but it almost looked like a lob pass. And Gallagher getting a little chippy with one of the Jets players. So it hits his pads and just goes up in the air, but Hellebuyck manages to catch it like a pop fly. So we're at a commercial break. Feel free to ask questions. So far, nothing crazy. I don't think that there's been a lot of chances here, or at least extended chances, we'll say. And we're going to pull up some stats here. Obviously, there's not too much to go off of. There's been about 6 minutes played, so we'll see what we have. What's your favorite high school memories? I've got a lot of favorite high school memories. I think that one thing that was kind of a really fun memory was my radio and TV class. I had my best friend my wife, and then I actually had another best friend that had a study hall at that time, so he was allowed to go in there and just kind of hang out. And we would just hang out a lot. We actually had a week where we had a few weeks where we worked really, really hard on some projects, and there was like a week where he basically just made it like a game week, which I don't think he wanted the school to find out, but we ended up just like playing games, stuff like that for a week. So I think that class was just a really fun class. We got to like go around parts of the school I didn't even know existed. We got to do a lot of fun projects. We even did like a project. It was like a horror movie we made. So there's a lot of great memories from that class just because I got to hang out with three of like my favorite people. So that was always a fun one. Um, Another weird memory that I really like is the spicy chicken sandwiches that we had. I'm a big food guy, so I love their spicy chicken sandwiches. That was fun. I played football. That was always really fun. We were a good team. We had 4 winning seasons when I played. So, and then we had some good runs. We had some good runs. So that was always fun. They've got the game going back up here. So far, it looks like Winnipeg's had just a few more chances. They've outshot them 5-1. They've outshot Montreal 5-1, and they lead in scoring chances. But some of these don't seem like a lot of prime chances, but they've got a few good looks. Again, it just seems like as soon as they get their shots off, they're automatically in transition into the D end. Just get a good shot there of Perry and Stoll on the bench. Winnipeg just trying to get it into Montreal's end, see if they could get an extended shift here, but it's not going to work. Maybe it is actually. It looks like a turnover on Montreal. Mason Appleton just dumps it off into Montreal's end again. Shots are 5-1, but I think 2 of those shots are pretty far out. Got a good view of Shifley here on his phone. Obviously, that's something we'll have to see here. With him being suspended 4 games with that hit on Jake Evans, we'll see how the Jets respond. Just a good look at Ducharme, which they didn't even really put a graphic up or get a chance to talk about him. I always hate when that happens when you're broadcasting because you're trying to finish off another statement. Caulfield looks like he's turned over the puck a few times, but I've liked, how he's played in the playoffs. Defensively, is he great so far? No, but the offensive talent is there, I think. And I'm excited to see how he plays next year for Montreal. Then Paul Byron's got the puck. I always like to call him Paul Bunyan. I don't know why. Just always been something I've done with Byron. It's actually got to the point where it's so bad that I accidentally call him Paul Bunyan a lot instead of Paul Byron. But 12 minutes left, and the first shot's 5-1 in Winnipeg's favor. Score 0-0. Nothing crazy so far. I don't think there's been, a point where I thought there's going to be a great, great scoring chance. There's been one high danger chance in the game so far, and that's just been for Winnipeg. It's going to be icing here on Winnipeg. And then they're doing that weird split screen thing where you get a commercial while they're getting on over for the icing, which I don't really mind that much. Oh, I turned the sink on, but I never turned it off. My wife just left that message. Yes, my wife was in my high school class. We went to, it wasn't a crazy small school, but she was actually in 2 of my classes. One class was 2 hours. The other one was 1 hour where she was my Spanish teacher's guide, I guess. She was a year older than me. And she had to help me with my Spanish homework a lot. I'd get there in the morning. We weren't dating at the time, but she'd get there, we'd talk, and then I'd be like, listen, I didn't do my Spanish homework. Can you help me? We were not married then. No. That was in high school. We didn't get married till I was in college. I'll just clarify that. No. We were not married in high school. My parents got married when my mom was in high school. I actually was born, and I was in her graduation photos. So kind of a crazy life. I was born about 2 months to the day before she graduated. So you'll see little me, if I can find the picture, in her graduation photos. And she actually changed my diaper at her school because it was like a Christian school. So they were pretty laid back about that stuff because family was pretty important to them. So I like tennis. I like to play tennis. I'm not good at it. I don't watch it. I don't understand like how that all works. As Winnipeg might have a chance here, but they turned it over. Um, but I do like to play it. Again, not very good at it, but I like to play it. I know there was like, is it Federer? Is that how you say his name? Federo. I know that somebody like that's supposed to be really good at tennis. Um, but yeah, I do like to play it. Pretty bad at it though. Ehlers gets it, and it'll just pop up thanks to a Montreal stick. Just under 11 minutes here. Shots still 5. Or actually, it's 5-3 Montreal, excuse me. Corey Perry takes a shot while he falls down. Seems like a Corey Perry-esque. Think Federo. Yes, thank you. Yoel Armia get a chance. Corey Perry's got a chance. He couldn't bury it. He had a chance though. Federer. Okay, thank you. Corey Perry has kind of impressed me so far. Perry back behind the net. That's a trend you'll always notice with him. Kind of pesky. Stahl gets it back out to Weber. Just got a thing that Malkin underwent surgery, so we'll see how that goes. Federer. Okay. What kind of music do I listen to? I listen to all kinds of music. I like Cage the Elephant. I like Mercules. He's a Canadian rapper. I like Arctic Monkeys. Montreal really seems to be turning it on here late. All kinds of that. What do you think of the new soil court hockey? I must be dumb because I don't know what you're talking about. So my apologies there. What happens when the ice melts? Now, see, I don't know. I know that obviously, like each intermission, you got the Zamboni and you take care of the ice like that. They've got a chance here. Appleton just dumps off the puck. I've never been in an environment though where it's been so hot the ice has really melted, so I don't know what it would be like, say, in San Jose and stuff like that. So I can't really tell you about that. Where I live, it does get hot, but most of the time they just shut the rinks down in the summer, unfortunately. You like Newcastle United? I do not. I still pretty young into it, but I been following Liverpool. I like Klopp. My family's German, so I've been following them. And then in the Bundesliga, I've been following FC Cologne. Sorry about the ice thing. I really just couldn't tell you. Maybe if I might be able to talk to somebody that plays hockey out there and see how they talk about the ice. I know in San Jose it can be a big issue, especially almost like fog, where it'll get so humid in there that it'll be like really foggy. Here at a commercial break. I got all the water I should need for the broadcast in here. Let's see. It says Malkin has got a knee surgery operation completed, and he has got a no definitive timeline return date. So he's expected to miss training camp. We'll see how that goes for the Penguins. And let's see here. Any other news outside of that? There is not, but what's the name of the truck that smooths out? Zamboni? That's what they are called anyway. Oh, it's weird. I can see myself live if I go on my personal YouTube. That's funny. You were the original programmer of Club Penguin. Really? That, if that's true, that's cool. I don't remember playing Club Penguin a lot as a kid. I don't know if, obviously everybody's age range is different on here, but when I was a kid, webkins were a big thing where you got a stuffed animal and then you'd put in a code, and like the stuffed animal was obviously like in real life, but the code would like say what animal it was, and you could like buy different stuff for your animal, or like you could have it work a job and make money for like stuff for your apartment. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm gonna see if my wife is going to see if the fire alarm is actually going off or if that's just a warning. It does that sometimes. Um, I might have to end the live stream, unfortunately. Maybe we'll keep it on, and then worst case scenario, we'll be back. We're going to leave, but we'll be back. I just have to wait for the fire department to get here. I apologize. Please stay with me. I'm going to mute the mic, by the way. We are back. Sorry for the pause. Basically, somebody just burnt their food. That's just about what happens every single time that happens. Still 0-0. 2 minutes left in the first. Shots 8-. Let me see here. 8-6 for Winnipeg. Kind of curious to see how Pierre-Luc Dubois can do in this series. Kyle Connor might have a really good chance here. He's got a delay. Oh, he just lets the puck slide behind him. Morrissey, you can tell, just wants to get it to Connor. Ehlers falls down, trying to get the puck on over, and looks like they might actually be calling something. Yeah, Kyle Connor had a really good chance here with a 2-on-1. He tries to pull back, dangle. Okay, he didn't lose the puck. Kulak ended up actually getting his stick on the puck just enough to get it to slide past him. But that would have been a really, really good chance up close. It's a good thing I muted that too for this, because that would have been really annoying for you guys to have that fire alarm going off that whole time. So one bad thing about having an apartment, it could be 3 a.m, and if that fire alarm goes off, just because somebody randomly decided they wanted a midnight snack, you obviously have to leave. Cole Caulfield's got the puck. Couldn't tell if he shot it or just dumped the puck into Winnipeg's end. Under a minute left. Edmondson just got the puck, trying to avoid some pressure there. There's 2 Winnipeg defenders behind the net there with him. If he turned it over there, it probably would have been a Winnipeg goal. We might get it. Nope. Maybe. Every time it seems like Winnipeg might get a good look here, they get the puck stripped away. Just under about 25 seconds here. Shots 8-7, still 0-0. Just a stoppage of play here. We'll obviously go over the stats a little bit after the end of the first. You guys can ask as many questions as you want. And it looks like things have leveled out. If you remember right when I said in the beginning that Winnipeg led in scoring chances, I think it was 5-0 or 5-1. Now it's actually 6-5 that they lead, but it seems like Montreal was able to turn it around a little bit more in that second half of the first period, and that's just going to end the first right now. It's still tied 0-0. So we're going towards an intermission, still tied here. And I'd kind of like to see both teams be able to get some extended time in the other team's end. Maybe cut out some of the fancy stuff and just try to get some shots on net. And let's see, I don't think there was any penalties in that period too, which I kind of expected there to be after I went down there. Yeah, not a single penalty for either team. Looks like Winnipeg was able to maintain possession of the puck more than Montreal. I think they had a Corsi of 53, and Montreal actually led for high danger chances 3-1. Didn't get to see all those because of the fire alarm. Right now, it's really tough to say who will win right this moment, just because of how these two teams have played. Feel free to ask all the questions you want. We are at intermission, so there's no real thing we have to talk about for the game. We'll look at the stats real quick while you guys put the questions down below, see what they have here. Cole Caulfield leads the Canadiens right now for shots on goal with 3 at the end of the first, and it looks like Winnipeg actually has 2 players with 2 shots on goal. maybe I shouldn't complain. Oh, these apartments are so old too. It's just it's one of those things where they talk about, oh, we've got AC and heat, and it's like I debate that, but yeah, I guess the AC didn't like what I had to say. I think that they say they provide heat and air conditioning, but I don't know if I agree with them, because in the wintertime it is freezing, and in the summertime it is scalding in here. So it is one of those situations where they always say married couples get tested with the first few years of their marriage. Our apartment has given us that opportunity to be tested. It is not very good. And overall, I mean, this has been pretty clean period. I don't think there was any points. I might have got chippy a little bit, but nothing crazy. I don't think there was even a single punch thrown. And for Montreal, even if they don't get a ton of shots off right now, if they can just get some really good chances, they might be able to sneak one past Hellebuck. It's always so tough to say what you expect from both of these goalies, because both of them are, good in respective ways. Carey Price seems to have different stretches where he goes on really good runs. Hellebuck obviously has not a dominant defense in front of him, so he has to, kind of do a lot of the work for himself. I know that sounds bad, but they just allow a lot of good chances against him, so I feel bad for him. And we've got pretty decent crowd here. Hopefully that doesn't affect. If anybody left during that time, I apologize for that. Occasionally it'll go off, like warning everybody in the apartments that, hey, maybe you have something smoking that you could get turned off. Let's say maybe you had a burner that had food spilled on it. You could turn that off real quick and fix it. So I thought that might be what it is there, but it was not. Feel free to just kind of say your thoughts of the game, questions, anything like that. We've got time to kill. It's kind of nice, though, when I did go out there, I went in my truck and then turned on the AC in there, so we got to be pretty cool for a second. Now I'm back in here and I'm getting sweaty. I want to see if Corey Perry got a shot on goal. My phone's at 10%. That's nice. Yeah, he had 2. What kind of videos do you plan to do over the summer? I have got a plethora of videos, obviously videos covering the off-season signings, stuff like that. Anything that's going to be like a major off-season signing, we will do. And like I've said before, oh, she's opening the door. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So like I said before, I plan on, getting those videos out, but at the same time, I don't want people to, sorry, I'm trying to plug this into my computer to get this charged. I don't want people to think I'm going to be able to do it all the time where it's like it happens that moment. And I don't think this is able to plug in here, but do a lot of those for the off season, and I'll get the news out as fast as possible. But if I'm having dinner with my wife somewhere, I'm not going to just, be like, hey, we got to go. So that's pretty, people have been really understanding about that, and I appreciate that a lot. And I don't think this fits for whatever reason. But, people seem to be pretty understanding of that. They obviously have a life. I haven't had anybody that's kind of been bad about that. And then I'm going to do previews of the teams going into the season, just because once school starts, I'll still put out 4 videos a week. But, I just want to be safe. That way I can get those videos out ahead of time. And don't even outlet over here. I do not. But, just get those out, kind of previews, and get those done. I might try to do those closer towards August, and get that all pumped out. Maybe July, late July, August, get those previews out, just so that way we don't have to worry about them, not all getting done. Because at the end of the day, they all have to get done. All the teams have to get previewed, and then probably just some fun ideas here or there. I've got some notes. And I've taken some notes on my phone, maybe like jersey rankings, stuff like that, maybe even jersey concepts. I know that people have done that. I obviously don't have anybody that's sending me jerseys. I know some bigger accounts have people that'll do things and have them rate them. I'm not big enough to do that. We'll get there one day. I do know that. Plug it in there.